much was expected, but they seemed to lose steam and they lost a lot of mileage, conceding many states to the opposition People's Democratic Party. Would you say or ascribe the same circumstance as in Delta State as in Federal?
Yes, you know, to whom much is given, so much will be expected. APC came into power in 2015. The party was formed between 2013 and 2014. And the coming together of the major parties, you know, came with diverse political interests. The CPC, where the president came from, the ACN, where the national leader Bola Ahmed Tinubu came from, the ANPP, where the first substantive national chairman, Chief John Oyegun, came from, and of course, a splinter group from the ABGA, which Rochas, former Governor Rochas Okorocha, led into the party. And then the breakaway new PDP, led by Atiku, Saraki, and the 5 governors, Rotimi Amechi and co., also came to form, to become APC. So there were diverse political interest groups, if you may call them. Now that group has evolved over time. So between 2015 and 2019, there were sort of rumbles in the house. That same rumble orchestrated the issues we had in the National Assembly, where there was strange alliance in the leadership of the National Assembly between the APC and the PDP. You remember Saraki and Ekweremadu. Ekweremadu is of the PDP, Saraki of the APC. Now, those shades of political interest was what snowballed into what we saw in 2015, and it continued. The leadership had a very hectic time trying to manage the situation between 2015 and 2019. So those interests were still playing up towards the eve of 2019, when there was a change of baton in the leadership of the party from Chief Oyegun to very senior comrade Adams Oshomole, the current national chairman. Now those interests, you know, became more intense preceding the 2019 general elections. You know, that nearly polarized the party in virtually all the states. You were having 2 parallel executives like we had in Delta State. Some people believe that the posture of the national chairman also did not help to assuage those interests. And we went into the election that way. But we thank God for the popularity of the president, which in so many ways covered the shortcomings of the party and were able to recapture the presidency, but not without backlashes in some states where the issues were unamenable. And they went into election the same way we did in Delta, and came out with breezes and our fingers burnt. But now, the party, I can tell you, has evolved. Look at what we saw in the election of the National Assembly leadership. Okay? The PDP had thought that they could reenact the 2015 political magic. But it didn't work. Okay? The PDP endorsed and adopted Lawan as the Senate president, hoping that they will still bring in Ekweremadu as deputy Senate president. But the APC, having put their house in order, came stronger and delivered our own deputy Senate president, Omo Agege. The same thing played out in the House of Reps leadership election. So you can see that the APC is dominant and having stronger hold on the federal power structure, both at the executive and the legislature. And of course, you know what transpired in the judiciary, how the former CJN was removed from office. So I can tell you that the party is well consolidated. Looking 2023, I can tell you that the party is very poised to give the needed leadership, direction towards prosperity and sustainable development to this country. A country on the path of reality, sustainability, redefining our values. And it's not going to be an overnight success. It's laying brick upon brick, block upon block, and proper cementing at every stage, at every joint. Today, graft is an issue. A secretary to the federal government was eased out of office over graft. There are so many issues, very numerous issues that border on graft that this government has addressed very fundamentally. You talk about the TSA. So, in the three paradigms that this government is confronting to re-engineer this country, I can tell you that this administration has done creditably, significantly well, and is still doing more.
Paradoxically, the same government is perceived to be building hostels and castles for perceived youths who migrate from other parties to the APC.
I want to look at it from this perspective. Who were these looters? On what platform did they loot? Are they still looting on this platform? I am a Christian, an avowed Christian. Yes, once I was a sinner. I dwelt in sin I lived in sin. Sin was part and parcel of me. And I turned a new leaf. And I'm pursuing after righteousness. Not as though I have attained, but I'm pursuing righteousness. Improving on my life to become a better person. Now, if that is a platform APC is offering to politicians that have been involved in the reckless looting of this country, is that not commendable? Or are you telling me now that those that looted on the platform of the opposition party, they are still carrying on their looting on the platform of the APC? Is that what you're telling me? Is that the issue now? So that's why I told you that Nigeria is evolving on a new direction. Not on the old, hopeless direction it was stepping before now. And that is because the president is a transparent glass. You see through him. And every follower looks up to a leader. A leader you can trust. A leader that reposes confidence in you. A leader you can emulate. A leader that can mentor you. At least when you're looking at a leader, you say, this man is not given to avarice. He's not given to greed. He's not given to looting. If it is your mindset to loot, you will not be encouraged. You'll be discouraged. Something will dissuade you from that mindset.
In fairness, are you, in other words, saying there is amnesty for looters?
There is no amnesty for looters. But I can say there should be need for plea bargaining for looters. And what I mean by plea bargaining is this. Zacchaeus in the Bible had that grace for plea bargaining when he encountered Jesus. And he told Jesus, as many that I have taken their belongings as a tax collector, the commonwealth I have taken from the people, I will restore. There is need, in fact, a national policy on restitution should be pursued vigorously. All looters should restitute. Restitute what you looted from this country. It should be a national policy. There should be a national policy on restitution. You cannot tell me that you have turned a new leaf and you are still driving a jeep that you stole from me. There should be a national policy on restitution. The government should create a window for plea bargaining for these politicians who have looted our commonwealth to restitute them, and then they can have soft landing. The opposition cannot come and be saying they want to come back to power when all of them are still keeping the looted wealth, our looted commonwealth. They have not restituted and they say they want to come back. Is unacceptable to us Nigerians. We may not go the way of Sowore to say revolution now. Let's kill all of them like it happened in Ghana and other places. We may not decide, we may not say, okay, we are going to kill them, but we must tell the thief, we won't give you opportunity to steal anymore. And that we will continue to do by shutting them out from our coffers and from government.
bargain with the return of perceived looted funds of, for instance, the former governor of Bayelsa State, Timothy Silva, who have...
I don't want to mention names. I am not sympathetic to anyone when it comes to the issue of looting and restitution. If the president in any way has looted the commonwealth of this nation, he should restitute. Not to talk of people below him. They should all restitute. I said, and I'm advocating for a national policy on restitution of our public resources, commonwealth. As many that have looted the treasury of this country should restitute. In fact, the ICPC, the EFCC should publish names of looters, and until they restitute, they should be barred from holding public offices or contesting any election in this country. I am president of Campaign for Public Office Integrity in Nigeria. If you are in public office, you should not be given to looting. So many of them do this because they want to amass wealth and keep for their children. Go and check how many of those children sustain those looted wealth. They end up partying with them, smoking them away. They fritter away those looted public wealth because God is not asleep. What goes around comes around. There is always a retributive justice that comes upon those that loot the commonwealth, not just of government, even of communities.
And Dr. Shimili seems to have taken a cue of what is likely to play out in 2023. The former House of Rep and is now the Director, DG, Federal Capital Territory, and the representative now seem to. How do you see the fight playing out?
Well, the office or the position you mentioned, the Director General of the Federal Capital Territory in the Okowa administration, for me is more of an administrative position than political. The former DG, Chief Clement Ofuani, he was there, he did his best in supporting his governor in infrastructural agenda of the state. But I didn't see how that translated to political fortune for him. So the former member in the House of Reps is there now. I don't see that position or that office translating that much to political fortune. Politics is more about who is involved. Who is involved, how you relate with the people, and how the people relate with you. That is politics. Government now is how you distribute resources, commonwealth of the people for the common good of the people. So, that office, as far as I'm concerned, is an administrative office. It's a government office, it's not a political office.
How has a name seems to be ringing bell in Delta North, seems to be a rallying point chief, Hyacinth Enoha. And in the same Delta North, you have a political aficionados in the mode of Dr. Cairo Jubu, Aiko, Victor Che, and the likes part of Delta. How has he been able to exert influence and the leadership on Delta North to this full in the same office?
Yes, I really would want to look at Delta North APC, because these persons you called are leaders of the APC in Delta North. I would really want to implore them to come together, put their acts together, and have a rallying point. Now, if you look at the dividends so far coming out of 2019, Delta Central, because they are more organized, they are more focused, or perhaps their agitation is stronger. So far, they have secured two very critical federal positions. We are talking about the Deputy Senate President and now the Minister Designate, both from Central. So which district can beat that in Delta State? There's no other appointment now that can come even from the federal that can beat these two appointments. One is in the leadership of the legislature, the National Assembly. The other is in the Federal Executive Council. Okay? In the last dispensation, we had a minister. But like I said earlier, the political usefulness of that office was not made bare, it was not utilized. And that is why we are where we are today. But again, we are one party, and the leadership we have, we need to rally around them. But particularly, Delta North will need to have effective, pointed leadership that should deliver dividends of election of government to the people between 2018 and 2023. And whilst doing that, they should create window for other leaders to emerge. How do I mean? As appointments come from the federal, it should not be hijacked by the elites. They should be magnanimous enough. They should be liberal and allow some of these federal appointments to come to their lieutenants, so that more people can be empowered, the party can be strengthened in the district, and we'll have more foot soldiers to prosecute election battles. For Anyocha South, we have leaders. Of course, one of our leaders in the state, Chief Engineer Hyacinth Enoha, is from there. The Delta North Chairman, Chief George Okafor, is also from Anyocha South. The state coordinator of the Buhari Support Organization, Chief Ima Ejiofor is also from Delta South. The APC House of Reps candidate, Honorable Paul Adingo, is from Aniocha South. We have leaders from Aniocha South that should turn around the fortune and the direction of the party in the local government to become winsome. Once the edge, their cutting edge is sharpened, they can count on people like us to strengthen them. And I can tell you that the same thing we are talking about in the state will not be different in Aniocha South. It's not as though the PDP has done any better in that local government, but the division in the party has kept the local government the way it is. That reminds me, you can recall the council election. I was secretary of the APC campaign council in the local government for the council election 2018, January 6. Aniocha South recorded first in terms of votes allocated to any opposition party in Delta State. In that election, we were said to have garnered 12,000 votes. But I know that we won that election because we were everywhere. So, looking up and going forward, we need to reinvent the APC in Aniocha South. And when we are properly aligned with the leadership at the federal and the state, I can assure you, come 2023, Aniocha South will shine forth.
In the final analysis, Delta State has been seen to be one of the forerunners on the principle of power rotation. The Delta Central didn't seem in the last election to cooperate with the Delta North in the positioning.
You mean in
principle of rotation?
In the principle? Beautiful.
Yes. Do you see Delta North cooperating with Central? Should that arise again in 2023?
We are not like Central. You know, Central is, they play the politics of without us, nothing happens. I do not think that Delta North will have such disposition to politics or the zoning arrangement come 2023. I personally, I am an apostle of zoning because I believe that in every district you have capable hands to govern the state. So, and there will be no time you will not find capable hands in a district when the zoning arrangement comes to that district. I see it more like mutual respect, mutual accommodation, a mutual existence and harmony, political harmony among the three districts in Delta State. 2023, the natural sentiment is that is Delta Central Stone. Not because capable hands, if not better hands, may not be in Delta North or Delta South, but for mutual respect, cordial political coexistence and harmony should prevail. I learned that Delta South, particularly the Jaws, they are angling to contest the governorship. Good luck. They are entitled to. It's their political right, constitutional right. Nobody takes it away from them. But it will require greater hard work, alignment, cross-alignment, reaching out, building bridges to actualize whatever political interest that any particular district or ethnic group in Delta State would desire. So come 2023, everybody, anybody, any ethnic group is constitutionally qualified to contest the highest position in the state. But political expediency would eventually throw up the district that should be voted into power.